Right, so go ahead and think of a cone as a, those little party hats. Okay, so that's pretty much what a cone is. You see cones, in many places for vehicles, things like that. Um, Funnels are a good example of what a cone could be as well. Um, those green, I mean those orange ones that they use, traffic cones. Okay, so again, cones. So today we're going to talk about the surface area of a cone. We will talk both about the lateral, which again, the lateral area would be just, the surrounding part, and the total surface area would include the base. Just like in a pyramid, we have here our height, which goes from the tip all the way down to the center of the base. And we have what we call our slant height. There's a relationship between the height, the slant height, and this piece right here. And it is that there's a 90-degree angle. And so basically you could do Pythagorean theorem. Our lateral area, the formula is going to be pi r times slant height. For total surface area, it's going to be that plus the area of the circle on the bottom. I'm going to go ahead and give you an example. So in the example below, we're going to go ahead and calculate for the total surface area. And at the same time, we're going to end up calculating the lateral area. Just keep that in mind. So surface area, again, is pi RL, where L stands for the slant height, plus pi r squared. We need our L, and we don't know it. L goes here. But again, I just told you guys that we could do Pythagorean theorem. So Pythagorean theorem, L is pretty much your hypotenuse. So it's going to be 7 squared plus 2 squared. And we get that our slanted height is 7.3. Now as for the area of the circle, again, here's my circle, the radius is 2. Again, just watch out for if they give you the diameter instead. Remember, just divide by 2. So when I'm calculating this part, I might as well start plugging things in here. Surface area is pi times my radius, which was 2, times L, which is 7.3, plus pi times my radius squared. And again, depending on what calculator you have, you could plug that all in at once, or if you want, you could do it in pieces. So let's say you had one of those basic calculators, those 4-function calculators. I would suggest just do it by pieces. So we would have here the pi, which again you could use 3.14 instead. So pi times 2 times 7.3. So this part right here becomes 45.8673. I'm just going to say it's 45.9. And the other part, pi times 2 squared, becomes 12.56. Again, I'm just going to say it's 12.6. And again, you're adding them. 45.9 plus 12.6. And so we get that our surface area is 58.5. Again, the units are going to be squared because we're talking about area. So if there were inches, it would be inches squared. But I mean, that's pretty much it. I'm going to go ahead and give you an example where we're going to work backwards. Okay, so again, in this example, I showed you that we had to find our L. If we already knew our L, then it'd be very straightforward. So on this example over here, they're being very specific. They're telling us solve for r, and again r stands for radius, if our slanted height is 10 and the lateral area is 58. Well, they told us lateral area. So we look at our formulas. Lateral area is equal to pi times my radius times my slant height. I do not have to include the pi r squared because that would be total surface area. And again, I just substitute now. So the 58 goes here. Pi, I don't know my r, but I do know L. And it's okay to move these around. After all, everything's being multiplied, so it works out fine. So again, all you have to do is just divide to leave r by itself and get our answer. If you didn't have a fancy calculator, again, I would recommend just to do the 3.5 times 10 first, right? So we get this 31.4, and then it's going to be obvious that of what you're going to divide. But you could have moved it all at once, saved yourself some time if you had a calculator like this. And this is what I mean. You could have straight up from the beginning, just said, no, well, we have 58 and we're dividing it by pi times 10. All right, we get the same thing, 1.84. So I'm just going to say 1.8. So my radius is about 1.8. And that's it, guys. All right. Right there, surface area, lateral area of a cone.